screen, one of the dialog work process will be used here. Means your screen will be freezed. Your screen will be freezed here. So you can see here, now screen is freezed here. So which means until completion of the activity, your screen is freezed now here. Now you can see the tables are processing. Means the table data is getting processing to the, from which client? From 900 client to 786 client. So one client to another client, the data is getting processed now. So let's see, once it is everything is completed, then we can see the whether the data is coming or not. So if you see here, processing the tables. Why? Because what data, how the data will be copied means the tables data, whatever the tables are there. So the tables data is getting copied here from one client to another client here. That's why you can see the status of the processing table, processing status here.
Hi, sir. Sai, sir.
Yes, I.
Sir, actually, yesterday I performed the client, local client copy, sir. Usually, I selected as a profile as a SAPL. So there is a large data in that, sir.
Right. SAPL means it's all the data. Yeah, definitely it will take very longer time.
Yes, sir. Sir, so it will taking the, it will take the long time, sir. That at the middle of the client copy, I cancel the copy, sir. Is there any data occupy in the database level if we cancel?
If we cancel, yeah, definitely. Whatever the data it is copied. So up to that means if in the middle 50% copied means 50% data will be available in the new client. So in case of any case, the client copy got cancelled in the middle. So just when you are resuming the activity, it will copy from that. It won't start from the scratch. Just in the middle where it got stopped, it will resume from that level. So that is one thing. One more thing, when you are doing when you are creating the client, we should not use, so means you should not use SAP star DDIC, you can use it. But so creating the client, we should not use SAP star or DDIC users, we should not use it here. Especially logical system creation. So we should not use this one. SAP star DDIC should not be used. It means standard users should not use for to do the customer changes. Means SAP star DDIC we should not use to create the logical system. It will say, so DDIC cannot be performed or SAP star cannot be used for customer changes, something like that. You will get the message. So and also you are creating the client in the new client. So means you are logged into the new client. Again, you are doing in the one more client creation within the new client. It won't work. Why? Because so data should be copied first. The master data means the company codes, the regions, time zone, everything should copy from 0000012 your newly created client. Then we can create the new client. So till then we can't create those. So that's why when you are creating the new client, so use either 000 or 001 clients. You can use it for creation of the new clients. So that will work.
Sir, in the sense, sir, if we created the newly installed the system, there is no client in the system, sir. At that time, we need to create the client in the SAP star only, right, sir?
Yes. SAP star only.
If it is we have any custom client, at the time we need to create the logical system under the SAP star or DDIC in the new.
Any client logical system cannot be created using the SAP star and DDIC. You need to create the one more client. Sir, one more user you have to create it. In that user, we have to do all the activities. That's why we are using the basis user. Sir, but then again, a newly created client, there is no basis user means, then how can we do it means? So that's why you need to, you have to do the client creations or logical system creations or everything from either 000, 001 clients. We have to do that one.
Okay, sir.
Because there we have the default users, default data is available. So that's why. So we can also create the new client after login to the newly created client. But first data should be copied. SAP all data should be copied. So that will take very longer time. So that's why So maybe at least customization data, SAP underscore cust also we should copy it. So then after that you can do whatever you want. But for now, so if you are going to create the new client, use the 000001. If you are creating the logical system, then use the 000001. So just to use the basis user, that's it. So basis user to avoid the confusion. So use these two clients to create the new client, or so to create the new client, or to create the logical systems, you can use these two clients, or you can use the basis user after login to the this one. You can use the basis user to create the logical systems and everything. So
Okay, sir.
that you would want.
In the training session, okay, sir. In the real time, we can create the logical system under the 000 or 001. If we have any custom client,
Right,
in that also we can create it, right, sir?
right.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can
sir.
see, you can see it here. The data is copied in the front end. The data is copied. How much data is copied? So the data got copied here. The data got copied and it's executed runtime, so 135 seconds. So now let's see whether data is there or not now here in the system. So let me verify. So yeah, data is there here. You can see 25 clients, 25 users, 25 users data received here. So you can see it here in the 786, you have received the 28 users. In the 900 client, so 900 client also, we have the, so 25 users. So 25 users, 25 users. So data received, we received the data. We are receiving the data. So maybe in the time of you copying the data, that time maybe there is no data that time, I guess. So that's why it's not copied any data here. Now we have the data. Now data is received here. 786 client, we have received the data client here. So that is the local client copy. So there is a one more scenario. Suppose within the system, you can use it fine. We are good. Local client copy. So we can use it. SCCL, local L means local client copy. We can use it here. Suppose, so if the between the systems or between the cities, between the mobile phones, how can we copy the data here? Then we can use the SCC9 transaction code to SCC9 transaction code to perform the remote client copy. SCC9 transaction code to perform the remote client copy. So remote client copy means to copying the data from between two systems. Here you have the one system, here you have the one system, then here you have the one more client, here you have the one more client, but this is a something like NWD, this is a NWQ. So you want to transfer the data from here to here. Then you can use the remote client copy. Within the system, now we know from this client to this client, local client copy. But between the two systems here, how can we perform? Here we can use the remote client copy method. Remote client copy method, we can use it here. Remote client copy method, we can use it for copying the
Sorry to
data.
interrupt, sir. The two different system means the two systems should be same product means same NetWeaver system, say ECC system, sir, or different systems.
The same systems. It should be the same system or same landscape. Same landscape means, so within the landscape, two different systems, two different SIDs, or so other SID also we can copy the data. Means the product should be same or it should be different also, we can perform the client copy. We can perform the client copy. But recommendation is both the systems should be in the so same versions, same products, same landscape here. But
Okay.
we can also from ECC to NetWeaver, we can copy the data. So BW to ECC also we can copy the data. That is also possible, but that is not the recommended approach. But the SAP recommended approach, both the systems should be in the same landscape. Same landscape means same versions, same product, same, it should be the same. Then we can copy the between two systems. So within the landscape, between two systems, between two clients, we can perform the data using the remote client copy. Remote client copy. So for this one, we need to use the SCC9 transaction code. So, but before you performing the remote client copy, there is a one mandatory step here. There is a one of the mandatory pre-step here. Pre-step here. What is that pre-step means? So RFC destination. Why? Because Here, this is the one system, this is the one system. Then how can we connect it here? How can we connect it here? Right? How the connection works here. So normally my mobile phone to your mobile phone, between two mobile phones, I have one document I want to share with you. So we have the some other methods, either Bluetooth sharing, right? Either WhatsApp sharing, Bluetooth share it. There are many methods are there. So here, suppose like Bluetooth sharing. First of all, I need to establish the connectivity between our two mobiles. We have to establish the connectivity. Connectivity means in mobile phone, right? And then I can establish the Bluetooth connectivity. Then I can transfer the data from my mobile phone to your mobile phone. I can transfer the data, right? So same method, it's introduced in the SAP also, but connecting between the two systems here, we need to use the SM59 remote RFC connection, remote function call, remote function. So remote function call, we have to use it here, RFC, remote function call. So this is called the RFC administration. Using this transaction code, first we need to create the connectivity. First we need to connect to the remote system. Then we can transfer the data via this connection here. So here one more interlinked topic, RFC administration part here. Here, using the system, if you want to connect to the some other systems like ABAP to ABAP, SAP to SAP, SAP to non-SAP, SAP to some TCP/IP programs, SAP to internal connections. There the types of connections are there here. So we can use this connectivity to connect it here. Suppose example, if you see here, if you go to the SM59 RFC destination, here we have the types of connections are there here. Click on the create button here. Click on the create. What is the destination name you want to create it here? I want to create the destination to the ECD system. Then ECD I can maintain here the description. Then what is the ECD host name? You can see the types of connection here, right? You can see ABAP to ABAP connection means both systems are in the ABAP system. Then you can use the ABAP to ABAP R3 connection. This is called the R3 connection. If it is the source is the ABAP, target is the HTTP sites like either destinations, non-SAP. Non-SAP means either HTTP or something like banking sites, some other sites. We can use the HTTP site here. Then we can use the HTTP connection. We can use it here, HTTP connection. So depends upon the type of the connection here. Source is the ABAP, but target should be it is the HTTP. Then we can use the HTTP connection. HTTP connection we can use it here, right? So external connections, TCP/IP connections, so internal connection. There are the types of connections are there here. So now client copy means between both the systems should be the ABAP systems only. Both the systems should be ABAP systems only. Then we can use the R3 connection means ABAP connection. We can use it. What is the target host here? So target host means we have the one system that is called the ECD system we have here. ECD. D means so development. This is hosted on the some other system here. Some other system it is hosted. So that instance number 30, I guess. That is the 30. 30 is the 30. So SAP Windows, the host name, the target host name means where that it is hosted. SAP Windows 1 instance number 30. SAP Windows 1, so instance number 30 means that SAP system details, your target SAP system details I am giving here, right? So then logon security. In the technical settings field, we have to give the, while creating the RFC destination, in the technical settings field, we have to provide the target host, then target instance number, we have to give the details here. Then if we go to the logon security tab here we need to maintain the user here. What is the user? What is the user and what is the client? You are going to connect it here. You are going to connect what is the user, what is the user and what is the client here. Then passwords we have to maintain those details here. Why? Because you are going to pull the data from the your target client, right? Your target system. Then connection is okay, but remote connection, right? Why? Because the user will go and pick up the data from here, but it should be authorized. There should be a user, right? So what is the user ID you have to maintain in the destination? Then this user will go will pull the data from the in this system, will store into the in this system here. So that's what we are giving the data here. So here, if you do the connection test, it will work. Connection test, it will work here. So then if you go to the authorization test also will work here. Here it is authorization test also it will work here. Here it is go to the authorization test, authorization test. So it will work here. Authorization test also will work here, right? Which means both user ID, password is correct. Otherwise, if you give the wrong details here, so then if you give the wrong details here, then if you are trying to connect it here, then that will be failed. But because name and password is incorrect here, but because that is not the correct one here, right? Even though that is correct, you have provided the wrong details here. You have provided the wrong details here. Wrong details means suppose like wrong host name you have provided here, right? Wrong host name you have provided. Then when you are using the connection test, then it won't connect, it will be failed. But because the target system with SAP Windows instance number 30 is not available here, it is not exist here, it is not exist here. So then it will be failed. Now it is trying to connect it here. See, the connection test is happening to the ECD from NWD to D to then ECD, the connection test is happening here. NWD to then ECD is the ECC system. The connection test is happening here. The connection test is happening now here. If the connection test is failed, then you will get the message like, so there is a gateway host is unknown, it's unable to reach it. Some red color you will get it out here. Means connection details are not coming correctly here. So which means you have missed the some details here. Then if you use the connection test, it will connect now. Why? Because those details are exist, then user ID password is working here. So which means again you maintain the wrong password here, So then you have to maintain the correct details. So bottom line, host name, the technical settings field and the logon security fields, you have to maintain the correct details. Then only the data it will work. Suppose you want to create the connection to the HTTP connection. Suppose like you want to create the connection to the Google site here. Google. Suppose like Google wants some data or you want to send the data to the Google. So then you want to create the data. Then in this case, you want to use the HTTP connection here, right? So then what is the target host details here? So www dot, so then google.com, then what is the instance number? 0. Mean HTTP port details you have to give it to the 0. So logon security field is it's optional, but so some if the SAP we know the details, then you can give it. So when you use the connection test, it will say connection test is okay 200. When you go to the response body, the Google page is opened here. The Google home page will be opened here, right? So you are not only connecting to the, so here you can also connect to the, so some other SAP to non-SAP, some non-SAP to third party systems, third party HTTP sites, anything you can connect it. So the only one transaction code SM59 here to establish in the remote destinations to the target system here. Establishing the remote destinations to the target system, we have to use the, so SM59 is the transaction code. There you can create the connection between two systems. Connection between two systems. Here we have to use the RFC remote function call. We can remotely call that function. That is called the RFC connection. So as part of the remote client copy, the first thing is both the systems are there, the connection should be established here. Then we created the connection name is called the ECD between two systems. Some connection name we have given here. Now via this destination, I can pull the data here. If we go to here, you can see in the above list, you created the ECD destination you created, that is working fine. So now remote client copy, right? What I can do here, I will go to the SCC9 transaction code here. So what is the profile? Suppose like I will take the small profile, then what is the destination here? ECD, right? ECD destination 100 client here, right? So then RFC comparison means, so both the systems are same. It will give the some information here, right? It will give the some information, everything is okay, no inconsistencies, everything it will be there. So it will give the, so information, how many tables are found, source system, target system, all the information will be displayed. Normally it's not required. So now you can schedule as a background job here, right? Always the recommended approach is the schedule as a background job here. So now what is happening? Via this RFC destination, so what is the RFC destination? Via this RFC destination, your data flow is happening. Via the RFC destination, your so data flow, remote client copy is happening. The logs we can see it in the SCC3 is the transaction code. There we can check the, so remote client copy. See here, it is processing here. So here, so remote mode is the remote mode here. How many tables? Total 103 tables out of 14 tables are copied. What is the destination? ECD, which is which user? So which is connecting to the different server. This is a different server here, ECD. That is the development server. It is connecting here, right? So development server means, let me connect here. Even I have not configured here. SAP ECC dev, SAP Windows 1, then instance number 30. So this is one of the ECC system here, ECD. So this is the ECD system here. So here the using the basis user, the data is getting copied here using the basis user or DD, the using the what is the user we used, basis user, or you can also use the one of the super user to pull the data from here. To pull the data from this user, you can also transfer here. Here one system to another system, the connectivity has been created. One system to another system, the connectivity has been created here, right? Connectivity has been created here. You can see here connectivity has been created. If we go to the SMGW, let's see what will happen. Why? Because via gateway only it will connect to the other systems. So definitely there should be a entry in the SMGW as well. SMGW as well here. So let me, why it is very slow. What the people are doing in the system. Okay. So here, if you go to the SMGW, there is a connection here. There are the connections here. The connections will connect to the target systems here. The target systems here. Remote gateway connections here. Remote gateways here. So one is system. One gateway is connected to the target system here. The IP is different and the connection is okay here, right? So connection is okay. So two connections from SAP Windows 2, so which is pulling the data and everything here. So here in the gateway, why? Because the entry should be registered in the gateway, right? The entry should be registered in the gateway here. So the entry got registered here. How it is connected? Via symbolic destination ECD. The destination, it is connected to the system and it is pulling the data. Data is getting pulled from here. So there is a work process here. There is a work process in the system. It will be occupied here, right? You can see it here. User, SAP star user 786 client. So it is running. Running means one job is running here. What it is doing? It is pulling the data from the ECD system. ECD system, it is pulling the data here. ECD. This is the ECD system. There is a entry in the ECD system as well. There is a entries in the ECD system as well here. So if we go to AL08, there is a one entry also here. There is a one entry also will be available here in the ECD system via destination. See here via RFC destination, it is connected. The basis user is connected. And so see here, many people, they are doing the work in the systems. See here. Right. So many people, they are doing the work in the systems.
Sir, when I try to pull data, we log into target system, right, sir?
Yeah, target system. but I'm pulling from system is the ECD. My from is the ECD here. My from is the ECD. I'm pulling from the ECD data here, ECD system. My from is the ECD here, but my target is the NWD 786 client, 786 client here. So from here I am pulling the data here. So what it will do while copying the data, first it will delete the entries in the your NWD 786 client, target client. What is the target client? This one. What is the source system? ECD. It will delete the data, whatever the data is there here, it will delete it. Then it will copy the lines here. It will copy the lines here. That will copy the lines here. Like this, it will slowly parallel tasking. It will perform it. Deletion and copying, deletion, copying, deletion, copying. Like that, it will start the data here. See here, out of 103 tables, 37 tables are copied. So if you keep on refreshing, the data slowly will copy to the remote level. But because one system to another system, it is doing now.
Size.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
we are seeing on a taskbar and the below page, right? We are seeing SID and customer name. We are not getting, sir. How to get this taskbar?
This one.
That one.
This one everybody will get, right?
I'm not getting, sir, actually.
No, means you are getting like this.
Like this.
Oh, okay. There is a symbol you can see here.
Yeah.
There is a symbol. Just click on this symbol. You will get like this.
Okay.
Maybe by mistake or something. Maybe if you select it here, it will minimize it here. Just if you click it, it will come to the in this state.
Okay.
And also, if it is the insert mode and override mode here. Insert mode means the entry will be inserted. Override mode means all the data will be removed. Suppose like example, you see. So now I am in the insert mode, override mode. Override mode means suppose I want to correct this only yes. Then yes means I also missed. Everything will be deleted here. So if you want to insert, just click on this insert mode. Basis, I want to correct this A to B, something like that. Then only B will be corrected here. So right, suppose if you are in the override mode, if you are in the OVR mode, what will happen? Suppose you want to correct the A, if you delete the A, again if you type it, S will be missed, right? So again you need to type everything here. So that is the thing here. Means you cannot insert it entry in middle of the word.
Sir, override means the previous
OVR.
data.
Yeah, previous whatever the entry is there, line item, so that will be deleted actually.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, here 83 tables. Here you can see while performing this one, there is a monitor here. If you open this monitor, here it will show how much data got deleted. What is the table it is processing? Live details it will be showed here. See here, this red tick mark, it is processing. Now it is processing this one. Slowly it will go to this table. Slowly, 100% it will come to the here. So if you keep on waiting, this is a live monitoring. So now USR 12, live monitoring, live data will be updated here. See here, slowly the red tick mark. So it is slowly coming to the dead end. Just observe it here, which means it will give the live monitor. Means graphically just live monitoring of the what is the how much percentage it is there. It is copying or not. It will give the some information. See here, now it is here. Now it's moved. Now I put the cursor here. See here, it's moving. It's moving. Means data is getting copied here.
Yes, sir, this is Karthik, sir. Sir, when I am doing this activity, the activity taking too much long time. That's time what we do, sir.
Yeah,
Because there
maybe
is small quantity data.
small quantity data, maybe it won't take maybe multiple times, multiple persons, multiple people doing the same time. Maybe that maybe it will decrease the some performance impact. If people are doing multiple times, so multiple people at the same time they are doing, definitely there is an impact on the system, right? So maybe they are doing. Sometimes the data size is very huge. Suppose like if you select the SAP underscore all or SAP underscore cust, these two are the very time taking profiles here. Why? Because all the data will be copied. So while doing this one, if it's taking some time means definitely. So there is a data issue here, or definitely there is a data issue, or maybe someone already doing something in the system. In this case, what you can do, go to SMLG and see the system response time. So system response time, okay, 14,000, 1,400, 554. That's fine, only 6 users. Now it's fine, maybe. Maybe when you go to the ECD, the system's response time, you can see it here in the ECD. It's very, maybe multiple people they are doing here. If you go to the AL08, you can see multiple people they are doing something here. See here how much memory they are using. So they are doing someone, they are using the DDIC user, SMICM, SU01, SM21, AL08, SM30. So there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things they are doing in the system, right? There are a lot of things they are doing in the system here. So it will impact the system performance. It will impact the system performance. If you go to the SMLG, so go to the here, so it will impact the system performance. 17 users are there. It's okay, fine. For now, it is okay now. So maybe system performance issue, slowness, most of the memory consumed by the other process, or we can also say maybe data size is very huge. Maybe sometimes network, maybe if network any slowness, any bandwidth, why? Because we are using, so okay, this network is okay. But sometimes what happens due to some network issues also, it will be slow down. It will be slow down sometimes. So previously, it taking very longer time to open everything. Now it's very fine. Now it's fine. I think it's very quickly all the screens are opening. Maybe usage depends upon the usage.
Sir, downtime is required for this activity, sir?
Not required. Downtime is not required. Maybe source system, if any users are there, that time the source system, maybe someone is doing something, it may take some time. So downtime is not required. Means, so ECD you are doing fine, but in ECD you are copying the data to, so NWD means ECD already users are there. So there is some performance issue on the ECD as well. Why? Because the connection will go, it will pull the data, then it will give back, means there is some slow response here. And also, if the client copy got cancelled in the middle, there is a lock will be happen in the source client. So when users are not there, that time you can perform the client copy. Otherwise, you face the slowness issues. You mentioned, right? It's taking very longer time means slowness issues. It will maybe slowness.
Okay.
Sir, one doubt, sir, from me.
Yes.
Sir, for the remote client copy, we are establishing the RFC connection, right? From the ECD to NWD. Sir, suppose I wanted to copy the remote client copy in the ECD system, sir. At that time, I need to maintain the RFC connection in the...
Yeah, from NWD. Go to the NWD, sorry, ECD, copy, then just create the RFC destination to your NWD system. Then, so once the RFC connection is established, so then you can just use the client copy tools, then you can perform it.
Okay.
Yeah, both the way. So one destination is only for the one system. So if you want to vice versa, then you need to establish the connectivity from here to here. Then you need to establish the connectivity from here to here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, hi, this is Ravi. Sir, in the real world, so every time, I mean, how frequently we are getting such a kind of request to create a new client? Because this vice versa of the connection already been established, right? So,
Yes.
and some are been already created the client IDs, right? So, and they do the testing in the development environment. So the same copy we are going to do it, or whenever they need, I mean, how frequently we are getting this request to create the clients and, do this establishment?
Yeah, there is no specific timeline or specific frequency. It's a ad hoc basis. As and when request from the functional or customer, that time we have to use these methods. Apart from that, we never use this client copy methods frequently. Not daily basis or monthly basis or yearly basis. Maybe as and when required, only ad hoc basis. Ad hoc basis means functional team wants to do some testing. But if they want to do the testing on the existing client, that will be impact on the other users as well. So they don't want to affect the business, but they want to do the testing. Some new functionalities they want to do the testing. In that case, they will request basis team to when they will request the basis team to create the, suppose like 200 client on the NWD. So you have the already 100 client, the users will log in, but don't touch the NWD, create the new client. Then, so you have the one more system, copy the data from other system to here, so that just leave it, hand over the client to us, then they will do the testing and everything here. If they want to, sir, why they have to copy to the here, they can perform directly in the ECD, right? But ECD, they have already users. It will impact their for testing some other activities here. So they don't want to impact the current business. So just they want to copy the data to other client. So they will do the R&D. If something goes wrong also, there is nothing will happen. Just we can delete the client or we can delete the data. We can, whatever we want, we can delete it. Why? Because it's not the permanent client. Sometimes they may make it as a permanent also. Sometimes they will make it as the 3 months, 6 months. Then after that, they will ask us to delete it. Then we can delete it. So it's frequently means it's not the regular activity, only rare cases. Rare cases.
So does mean that, so the I mean 000 or 001 data which has been already created by a client of 100, so that if there is any ad hoc request is in place from the application, or I mean the ABAP team or whoever are going to be, again we are going to create a client copy of 100 to 200.
Right,
Once
right.
we created the 200 in NWD, are they going to connect NWD, or we are going to again the 200 client data we are pouring into ECD again?
No, no, no. We have to give the access to 200 client. We have to, why? Because they are already pulling the data to here, right? So they are already pulling the data to here. Either they need the data from 100 to 200, that is also possible. Or if they want to data from other system to here, so here as per the requirement. So their requirement is, we have already data is there 100 client, just they want to copy the data to the 200 client and hand out to them. Then in this case, to local client copy, we can use it. We can copy the data from the 100 to 200 client. We can copy it. We can hand out the system to them. Some cases, some request comes from, they don't want to use the existing client data. They want to, other system is there they have the data. They need that data that time. So we can copy from other system to here. First, we have to establish the connectivity. If it is there, then no need to again establish. If it is not there, then we can create the remote connection to this system. Then we can copy the this client data to ECD client data to the here. So based upon the requirement, how they want to copy, they want to copy the local data or they want to copy the remote data. Based upon the request, we may have to act accordingly.
Okay.
So both the symptom, both the methods we should be aware of. Why? Because this is one of the this is one of the frequently asked question in the organizations. So did you perform the client copies? Yes. Which one, remote or local? Most of the people ask the remote client copy. So what is the, can you explain the remote client copy? Then we will explain it. What is the mandatory preparation steps to perform the remote client copy? Then remote client copy preparation, connectivity between the two systems. Then RFC destination we have to create to the, so source to target client we have to create it here. So what happens if you don't create it? If you don't create it, then how can we select it? There is no option to, here there is a mandatory field to select the RFC source destination name, we have to choose it. If you don't choose it, then we will miss the, so connection, then we will not be able to copy the data. So mandatory free step is RFC destination. For creation of the RFC destination, so how you will use, so SM59 is the transaction code. Here we can create the remote connections. We can use it. In this remote connections, remotely we can transfer the data. So if it is the above to above R3 connection, above to HTTP connection means either some third-party sites, banking sites, we can use this connectivity tabs. Some internal connections, TCP IP means some Documentum server, Ariba server, some program ID servers. So they are not SAP, but they will connect, they will use the program IDs means the TCP IP connection, rare connections here. So above drivers, internal connections. So we want most of the frequently used connections are either above to above or HTTP connections to the, so external server means HTTP sites, HTTP or HTTP sites. HTTP sites means google.com, facebook.com. So sometimes you see, if you go to the any banking sites, so sometimes in the banking sites, their profits and everything will be displayed in the stock information, everything will be displayed here. In the banking, their investments, stock information will be displayed. How it is displayed? Someone is placing here. So they will their backend SAP system too, they will create the connectivity to this SAP here. Then that will publish, they will write some code, they will publish, the data will be published always. Always the data will be published here. Always the connection will pull the data from the backend systems here. So pull the backend systems. So like this, so the connection will be helpful, means via this connection, the data transmission will happen. Data transmission will happen from one server to another server via these connections. So if you want to integrate your server to the other server via this connection only, your data transmission will happen here. So via this connection only, via this pipe only, means via this pipe only, the data will go to the target system. Via this connection only, data will come from the target system here. So this is the very important target. Remote destinations is very important. So data fetching is not happening. You are not able to transfer the data to the target system, means first of all, what we will check, you are not able to send the your mobile movie from your friend data to from your friend mobile to your mobile. First, what we will check, you will check the Bluetooth connectivity, right? First, you go to the settings, enable the data, disable it, activate it. You will check the Bluetooth connectivity connection part. Then same also here. So both the systems are not communicating, means so both systems should be the network. It should be pingable. It should be connected. Then we can establish the connectivity from here to here. Then we can transfer the data via this connection. We can transfer the data.
Hi, sir.
So, and one more thing, basically the dump size, how much actually you observed?
Which dump size? Which dump size?
The remote copy of a dump files for the tables, maximum size of 10 GB is a
No,
huge.
maybe sometimes 1 terabyte also, 1 TB also. Depends upon the current client size. So not the 10 GB, 10 GB in local systems, means we don't have much data. That's why it's very less size. It's finishing.
So 1 TB of data, if the really it is needed, or the client is going to accept it to copy by,
Yeah.
I mean, not remote, either way in the other method
We have
also.
other method also. Yes, they are going to accept it here. But because they
How
are other
frequently? Means yearly once, is it going to be in place, or
two
I think you.
in my current project, we are almost 2 years completed. Only one time request I got it from the customer. Only one time.
Acha, got
There
it,
is a
got it.
request. That's why one time request. In
Yeah,
my
yeah, because
previous customer, I worked for 3 years, so no one asked me to perform the client copy. There is no requirement, so no one asked.
yeah, because they do that. I mean, R&D or the developments or the enhancements on the environment. If really they need to copy such a kind of data, I mean, it is impacting to the business, right? So.
Yeah. Why? Because 10 GB, 20 GB, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, fine. 1 terabyte data they want to copy, so it will take 1 week. So for my customer, so one of the customer in the current project, maybe 2 years back or 1.5 year back, I did it. One of the system, this is one of the system, 1.3 terabyte data. So they asked us to create the new. So they asked us to create the new client here for testing purpose, production data testing purpose. They asked me to create it here. Then what we did is I have established the connectivity here. Then I started the remote client copy. 1 day completed, 24 hours, 2 days completed, 3 days completed, 4 days completed, even though client copy is not getting completed. Why? Because 1.3 terabyte data. Even we used the parallel processing, it is impacting the production business also. Why? Because the connection always feeding the data, means there is a performance impact in the production also. Then finally, they asked me to cancel the remote client copy. I suggested like cancel the client copy. Then, so from database level, there is a method, new method. So using the SQL queries, I used it from table to table, transfer the data. So then we have transferred it here. So while performing the client copy, the one more thing I want to say, suppose you are performing the client copies, good, fine. But there is a requirement. Sometimes we will get this type of silly request also. Okay, perform the client copy from one system 100 client to 200 client, we can perform it. But there are some huge tables. So there are the huge 10 tables. So don't copy this table data. 10 tables data we don't copy. All the tables copy, we have to copy it, but only 10 table data we should not copy. Why? Because they are the huge tables. It may take 4 days and 5 days table time data, test data. So don't copy. Exclude this one. Is it possible or not? Customer will ask you. Yes, it is possible. So that is what I am. So So in case of, if you want to exclude the tables, suppose he asked us to perform the client copy, but they are the huge tables. Maybe the 500 GB, 600 GB data is there in each and every table. We don't want to copy those tables data. It's not required. In that case, how can we exclude it? If you exclude it, it will be very faster, right? How can we exclude it here, right? So if you want to exclude that one, so there is a report here, CLX expo CLS. There is a RX. So there is a one report. In that report, in the table, there is a table actually. In the table, if you maintain, which tables you don't want to copy, so client copy. So client copy, if you maintain that one, so those tables will not be copied here. Those tables will not be copied here. So here there is a expert mode. When you are performing any client copy, if you go to the, there is a expert mode actually. Let me check expert settings. Okay, edit and expert settings here. In the expert settings, what you have to do, suppose in the tables list, I don't want to copy the USR02 table. I don't want to copy the EDI DS table, IDOC related table. I don't want to copy the T000 copy. I don't want to copy the some other TBDLS table. Then save it. What are the tables you should not copy? Put it here. Then perform the client copy. Then data will not be copied here. Just you can perform it. The data will not be copied from the source to target. That is for true. So which means, so only those tables data will not be copied.
So in this case, these are the business tables, right?
Yes.
So if there is a interdependency of the table, let's say I have 100 tables. So now you selected 4 or 5 tables, is not necessary to copy. If there is a dependency of the 4 tables to parent to child in the other tables, what will happen?
So that the table data will not be copied. The data will not be copied. Whatever the tables you kept, even the dependency also, those tables data will not be copied. So that's why while giving the tables here, we need to clearly maintain which tables are in the dependency cluster tables or pool tables. So where is that?
So again, we have to double check and notify them, but there is a dependency.
Yes. We have to inform as a consultant. So we need to inform, or if you inform to the functional team, they will take care of. Why? Because data means they knows. If you go to the DBA cockpit transaction code here, maybe business tables. So if you go to the DBA cockpit transaction code, so if you go to the space, so first largest tables, we can just get the largest tables which are there in the system. So we can say to optimize the client copy performance, please let me know whether you require the all the tables data you want to copy or you want to exclude any tables. Then they will ask you, is it possible to exclude it? Yes, it is possible. So then let me know that list of tables names, then we can just exclude it here, right? So then we can provide the list of tables, whatever the tables are there. So here in the, if you go to the largest tables data, so here we will get the list of tables here, which are the tables which are going to active. What is the size here, right? So then here, so we can select the list of tables here. So top 10 tables, or just to provide the list to them, then they will check it out. So there is no dependency. We don't need this table data. Means get the confirmation from them. So why? Because they are the requested. So then they can give you the list of tables to us. Then we can just put into the exception list. If we go to the expert mode, in the expert mode, we have option. This is possible. So this is the one of the frequently asked question in the during the entire point of time. So client requested to the client copy, but is given the one condition. You don't want to copy the 3 tables data from source to target. Is it possible? So profiles, we can choose it. Then all the data will be copied. Then how can we exclude this one? But it is possible. If you go to the same transaction code expert settings, that is possible. So you need to tell in the expert settings, we need to maintain the tables data. What tables? So those tables will not be copied. So like that, we need to explain.
Sir, before you schedule a background job, we need to exclude the tables under the expertise, right?
Right,
sir?
right. Before you go ahead and initiate it as a plan, you need to check with the functional team which tables we should not copy. Double check with them. But because they are looking for same table data, but you are excluded that table means there is no use of doing the client copy, right? So better to check with them. If they are okay, then definitely they will in touch with you while doing the client copy. Why? Because they only request, business team only they will request the client copies. So then definitely they will tell you based upon the
Okay, sir.
customer.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So